Hey everyone, welcome back to Summer Series. I'm Orla and today I am here with the lovely Nira. Thank you so much for coming in and chatting to us.
Thank you for this opportunity. I love being able to be a part of this. This is so cool.
Of course. Okay, Nira, tell us who you are and what you do.
Of course. So, little old me, oh my goodness. My name is Niara, Wright, and I'm a full-time social media manager and small business enthusiast. I have a burning passion for fashion, and I've been in the fashion industry, I want to say, for going on almost 10 years in different parts of the fashion
Yeah.
industry. So I'm like all over the place, but I love fashion and taking on the social media aspect of it now. It's amazing.
That's incredible. You have a pocket in everywhere. A pocket everywhere.
Yes. Yes.
So as you know, Kouture is a platform to really unleash creative brilliance. And a lot of our designers go on to be, designers, artists, performers, and very creative people and creative enthusiasts. So where did your creativity lead you to and how did you get there?
So I actually went to school for fashion design,
Oh, cool.
making clothes and learning the entire design process and everything. Um, I always like to say that my artistic journey really started when I was younger, when I would draw cartoons and I was really into anime and comic books and things like that. And I would draw those types of characters when I was younger. And one thing that really always stuck out to me is telling the story and drawing characters that look like me, due to like lack of like representation and things like
Of
that. So I
course.
always had a knack for creating things for people who looked like me, who had interests like me, and things like that. And that always went into my love of fashion. As I got older, I started just like reading fashion magazines and I would write down every designer I didn't know. And then I would look them up because I just love to learn about these things. And that also helped me to also then realize the lack of diversity in the fashion space as well. So I was like, wow, I could really make an impact of what I could really do in the fashion industry. And I knew that from a very young age. So when I was around 10, I came up with the name The Right Look and it stuck. So if you follow me on all my social media platforms, I'm The Right Look for you on Twitter, Instagram, on TikTok, on everything. And my goal has always just been to find the right look for whomever needs it. And that's what I do through all of my platforms. So when I was younger, loving fashion, everything like that, I went to Moore College of Art for fashion design, which is in Philadelphia. And then it actually led me to many different paths after that. My family purchased a store. I ran that store for a couple of years. My sister and I started a fashion magazine in 2015. So I was the
So
creative director of
exciting.
that. I know it was like so many different things going on. And I just love dipping into all these different aspects of the industry. And starting these businesses and running these family businesses led me to also find out about how important marketing and social media was,
Of
not even
course.
realizing how much it was going to impact the industry in the future. But I just love being able to tell stories online. And I didn't realize how much I loved that. Didn't take any marketing classes, didn't go to school for marketing, nothing like that. But the aspect of telling stories for a brand online really caught me. And I did it for the store, I did it for my magazine. And now I do it for small businesses, multiple small businesses. I have clients and things like that that I worked with, and it was just incredible. So that really led me down the path of that, from being younger, telling stories with cartoons, and now just doing it for social media. It's still all together and all woven in the same thing. So yeah.
That's so interesting. You've had a pocket in everywhere. You've really experienced from all sides. That's incredible.
Yeah.
So you're talking about social media there, and it's social media is constantly on the up, it gets more and more popular as the day goes by. And like you were saying, like whether it's, it's important for small businesses representation. It's a great platform there to use, and it connects us worldwide. One of the few things that is global to a
Absolutely.
lot of people. So everybody is online nowadays, more often than not. We are right now, I suppose,
Yes.
lead by example. So as a social media manager, how do you think we could use social media platforms? How do you think they can be used in good as opposed to bad? There can be a lot of negativity on there, but how, from your perspective, can we see that we can really push through the opportunity and the creative side?
As I've grown to understand social media and how to look at it in a more positive way, I think that you can't grow a brand or have a platform on social media without community. If you aren't touching a community or serving a community, then it's not going to grow in a way that is positive. I think if a lot of people go on social media for self-centered reasons, for ego or vanity
Yeah,
and
we
things
see
like
see that
that,
all the time. Yeah.
right? And sometimes I know for them, sometimes it works. But if you truly want to grow and truly want to have an impact, you focus on the community first. So one thing I always focus on is who am I reaching? My platform, even for myself, is not about me. And
Mhm.
that's something I always tell my brands that I work with, my clients that I work with, that what you're putting out is not about you. It's not for you. It does not serve you. You have to really think about who it is you're attracting, the story you're trying to tell, and how you're connecting with them, because that will enable you to grow in ways that even you wouldn't even think of. Because the way that you present your brand and the way it connects with somebody else can really open a doorway to say, like, oh, I didn't realize that I was creating something that connected with this type of person, or now I created a bond with these types of people. And that really helps you grow on social media. And I think that's something I've always focused on. And it creates a positivity that people don't realize.
That's incredible. It's you have so much knowledge on this subject. It's really interesting to hear about. And yeah, so you're all about, self-expression, representation online, which is so important in today's world. How do you feel social media is portrayed to young people? How do you feel that young people are using it? Are they using it correctly? Are they using it wrongly? How do you think they should use it?
Well, what's interesting is that I guess I'm considered a millennial. I don't even know what the cutoff
Say
is
millennial.
or anything. Right. So I am a millennial. So I think that for when social media was starting out for my generation, it was just being used for like your thoughts, posting what
Mhm.
you thought about, what you like, your interests, things like that. But now with the next generation, they're very much about impact. They are about sticking up for what they believe in.
Yeah.
They're really about they're really here for changing the world, which I think is so incredible. They want things to be real. They don't want anything perfected or aesthetic or fake. Like they want the true rawness of everyone, which I love so much. So now instead of us like going to a studio and trying to make this perfect, beautiful reel or video about a product or whatever, they'd rather you talk. They'd rather you tell the story of it yourself. They want to see the person behind the brand. And I think I love that's how social media is really actually starting to embrace differences and self-expression, originality, individuality. And that creates such a more raw, more personal way for us to connect online. As where before we were like, I'm sharing my thoughts, but I kind of want to be reserved and look perfect and professional and everything has to be great. But like, no, now it's like, oh, if you start laughing on camera, it's cool. Or if you knock something over or just, you're making something and it messes up in the middle, that's okay. We
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
see you be your realest self. And I think that's the coolest thing ever.
It is. It's that I never looked at it that way. The next generation are all about impact and change and sticking up for what's right, which is incredible. It's a great way to use social media. It's a very powerful tool. So it's important that it's used correctly. Like you of all people would know, like in your line of business. But that has been so insightful. Thank you so much for coming in and chatting to us today.
Again, no problem. It was my pleasure. I love doing this. I love young people's creativity, and what Junk Couture is doing is incredible. I love it.
It is. It's all about celebrating difference and being creative and just being you because you want to be you. But thank you so much for coming in and chatting to us. And that is it for us today. So we will see you all very shortly, guys. Thank you very, very much. See you soon.